Welcome to Bitcoin News today on the 30th of November 2018. It's Friday. I hope you're going to have a fantastic weekend. Let's have a look at Bitcoin News and do a little bit of technical analysis. Currently looking at the BitBonkers website. This is live Bitcoin transactions. You can see there's a big one here for 272 Bitcoin. Another one here for 173 Bitcoin. Find it fascinating that you can see live Bitcoin transactions as they are happening and get an idea about the frequency and the amount of these transactions. So definitely check out that website. And in today's episode, we've got news on Floyd Mayweather being fined by the SEC for promoting a illegal initial coin offering, and also Intel. They've got some new technology that could make it very, very fast to mine Bitcoin in the future. So definitely stay tuned to this episode. Currently we can see that yesterday's increase in Bitcoin prices and other altcoins has reversed somewhat. We're seeing red mostly across the board, which means all of these altcoins have gone down in value, with just a few very small exceptions to that. Bitcoin is down 6.86% compared to yesterday, so quite a big dip on the Bitcoin price. Will that go back up? Let's see. I'll get to the technical analysis in a moment after the news. First of all though, the Bitcoin market cap, there's quite a lot that's gone off the market cap recently, from 111 billion now down to 70 billion. So over 30 billion US dollars has been wiped off the Bitcoin value, the Bitcoin market cap rather, and that is mainly due to the decrease in price rather than any Bitcoin actually disappearing, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So obviously when the Bitcoin price drops, multiply that by the number of Bitcoins out there, and the market cap also drops. So nothing surprising there, but I did want to point that out. Now in the news at the moment, a lot of people have been talking about Google Trends and how trends for Bitcoin have been going up, and I come from a background of internet marketing, so I'm very familiar with this tool, and a lot of people didn't know whether this means that new people are coming into the market or not. But what we can do to find that out is take off Bitcoin and look at some other terms like what is Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, just to compare those. And we can see there is a increase in both buy Bitcoin and what is Bitcoin recently. The other time that increased was on the week beginning 5th of August. So yes, we are seeing an increase in new buyers. Let's just zoom into the past 90 days to get a clearer picture of that. So if we were going to analyze this chart, we can see that we are seeing higher highs and also higher lows recently. So that would indicate that new people are coming into the market. People selling Bitcoin is actually remaining quite consistent, quite a flat graph there for selling Bitcoin. The one that seems to be increasing the most, I would say, is people buying Bitcoin, but also what is Bitcoin? It actually overtook that in relative terms. So on to the news now. Floyd Mayweather and also DJ Khaled have been charged with cryptocurrency fraud. So this is massive news really, and it's the first time I've seen any promoters of initial coin offerings being fined by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So scary stuff really, and take note of this. If you're the type of person that promotes initial coin offerings, definitely take note of this, because some of them are classed as securities and some of them are actually fraudulent as well, such as the ones that Mayweather and DJ Khaled promoted. One of them is called Centra Tech. So basically these celebrities were being paid by these companies to promote their initial coin offerings, and it was against the law because they were not saying that they were actually getting paid to do that. So if you do promote any initial coin offerings, definitely be transparent, let people know that you are being paid for that. Personally, I will stick with Bitcoin. So on to the next story. This comes from Forbes, and Intel have filed a patent for efficient crypto mining, and it apparently could reshape the GPU landscape. Now, cryptocurrency mining, according to this article, has been disrupting the graphics processing market for quite a while. Mainstream graphics cards are selling for a lot higher than they used to, and AMD and Nvidia stock prices have been linked to the Bitcoin price because those chips are tied to mining Bitcoin so tightly. And Intel have just revealed a patent which lays out the details of a Bitcoin mining hardware accelerator. So this could mean that Bitcoin could be mined faster in the future, and this comes in good timing really for the increase in difficulty level of mining Bitcoin that will be coming up in the next couple of years. As this chart shows, the Bitcoin mining difficulty increases with time, and it's at an all-time level, as you would expect, because it's programmed to increase with time. So the new patent from Intel could potentially speed up Bitcoin mining and maybe affect the Bitcoin price in the future. We'll definitely have to stay tuned, and it may be worth looking at the Intel price when the Intel stock price when they do launch that technology, or certainly when it's confirmed. So looking at the Bitcoin price now, I'm on the Coinbase one-day chart, and we can see that after this massive sell-off, then the price is increasing, and we've had a little bit of a dip today, but it does seem in line with the general uptrend. So I would expect a reversal and a continuation of the bull trend in the next day or two. So we're currently in an area where on the money flow index that I've got here on the bottom of the chart, it's indicated as a buying area, and on the one-day chart this is pretty accurate. You can see that we had a buying area back here in August. You could have sold here at the top, made a nice profit of approximately 20%. So we're down at that level again where it's a good opportunity to buy. There's a lot of institutional investors who would tell you that Bitcoin is going down, it's going to zero, it's the worst thing ever, it's rat poison squared, one of them said, but secretly in the background they're actually buying up Bitcoin, and there's a big conspiracy about this. I might make a video all about that, but have no doubts about it. Institutional investors are buying Bitcoin right now, not on the exchanges that we use, but on private over-the-counter deals where they're buying large amounts of Bitcoin while the price is low because they know it's going to go up in the future. How do they know it's going to go up in the future? Well, they look at it in the long term. So if we go to the chart that's got the most data, the Bitstamp chart, and go to the all-time view and click on the log scale, we can see that there is a general uptrend, and we've broke through that uptrend at the moment, which indicates that the price is really good at the moment. And as long as that uptrend continues, then it's definitely going to be a good investment. So I have no doubts about it. I'm buying Bitcoin at the moment, and it's the best time as well. If you want to get to 1 Bitcoin and you want to be one of probably only 10 million people in the world who own 1 Bitcoin, then it's a very good time to do it at the moment if you've not already done that in the past. So if you'd like to get started, I've got a special deal where you can get $10 worth of Bitcoin free. Just click the link in the video description. That comes from Coinbase, one of the most trusted exchanges in the world. Something else I would like to point out, there's a Bitcoin product called GBTC, which is traded on the stock exchange. So over-the-counter product, And if we have a look at this, it started off in 2015, and we're on the monthly chart now. Let's go to the daily chart. It looks a little bit more familiar. So you see it roughly follows the same pattern as Bitcoin, but it's worth 1,000th of a Bitcoin, and it's got a bit of a premium on it. So if we multiply their price by 1,000, we get the normal Bitcoin price, and you'll see that currently theirs is selling for 5,290. Now let's minus the Coinbase price off of that to work out the difference, and that will give us the premium that they are charging. Take off the log scale, and we can see something quite interesting here, that the premium was at the highest back on the 7th of November. Make a note of that, 7th of November, and now it's at a premium again. So the premium is quite high, over 1,000 more than the normal Bitcoin price, if my information is correct. But I know that we're definitely at a premium, and on the 8th of October the premium was also at the highest. Now let's go back to the Bitcoin Coinbase chart, and then let's have a look what happened on those dates. So let's look at the 8th of October. On the 8th of October, the price was quite high, then we had a dip, and then it went up briefly on one day, then down again. And on the 7th of November, let's have a look what happened then. On the 7th of November, the price was at its highest, and then it's dropped off. So now again we're seeing a premium in price. Now that could indicate that there's a lot of demand to buy at these times. Let's look at the levels on the volume levels. Shortly after the October, we did get an increase in volume there, and on the November date, 7th of November, a few days after, there was an increase in volume. So who knows, it could mean that a few days later there is an increase in volume, and maybe something significant might happen then. Today is also the last day of Bitcoin futures trading on the CME. Again, tomorrow a new contract will be out, but today it does seem to be causing perhaps a little bit of a drop in the Bitcoin price as the contracts expire. Normally on the termination day, the Bitcoin price does take a bit of a hit. The prices do normally drop, with only a few exceptions, such as in February. So I would say the reason that the Bitcoin price is dropping today is due to the expiry of Bitcoin futures. One other thing that I'd like to show you is on the Bitfinex chart. We can overlay the shorts on top of the Bitfinex chart, which I've done in purple here. So you can see on the daily view that when the Bitcoin price was going stationary, really sideways, then the Bitcoin shorts did drop dramatically. Nobody expected this drop in Bitcoin price. However, when the price did start to drop, then shorts started to increase. And this drop here shows that then people thought that it had dropped as far as it could, but then when the price started dropping further, Bitcoin shorts increased, and they're now at a very high level. So people are still thinking that the Bitcoin price is going to drop further. I think that's highly unlikely, really. I think we did find the bottom, and on the RSI level down here, we can see that it did reach the lowest level 2 on my chart here. I'm actually using the money flow index, which takes into account volume a little bit more, and we're in a buying area according to the money flow index, as I mentioned earlier. But shorts are still really high, not at the highest levels they've ever been. They were higher on the 14th of October, the 16th of October, and the 5th of September, and some other times as well, 21st of August and the 10th of April. What often happens following them being really high, as we did see on the 10th of April, Bitcoin price went up, and it went up as well after the 21st of August. We saw a little bit of an increase in price, and this is because when people are wrong about the shorts, they end up having to buy Bitcoin to kind of cancel that shorts trade. So if that happens now, if there is a short squeeze, as it's called, then that could send the price of Bitcoin up higher. We are in a buying time at the moment, and I would expect the Bitcoin price to rise. So I hope you find this information useful. Definitely do subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up to help more people see it, and check out this video as well that I'm sure you will love. Thanks for watching. Have a happy day trading, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now.